I have these long, lengthy thoughts about fears and anxiety and judgment running people's lives. Let me elaborate. So, like, when you look at things face value, you know, and you take it for the whole picture, you know, you're kind of shitting on yourself a little bit. And, you know, you shouldn't shit on yourself. Because at the end of the day, like you're just kind of like crippling yourself from a situation that could be so beneficial. Do you know what I mean? So the analogy that I thought with is like, let's say Eminem stopped at, Mom's Spaghetti, right? He went home. He said that was too much, man. Like that crowd was huge. And he left Mom's Spaghetti all over his t-shirt, right? Imagine if he let that anxiety get to him there in that moment. Like, oh my God, I see a bunch of people that I know don't like me and they could potentially shoot me tonight. Like, you can't even fathom the details in anybody else's life but your own. And you can say like some people have different pain receptors, right? Okay, so this person has a different anxiety receptor and they're very sensitive and these things are a lot for them. But how could you say that Eminem was not that person at some point in his life? You can't, because you're not him. It's a muscle, it grows. We have a thing called intuition, and you're not allowed to use it truthfully until you're, in the moment. You gotta ask a question or two, but this is when a bias comes in the way of your intuition, and your bias comes from your fears and it runs your fucking life. It can. What do you think, man? What do you think about all this, huh? Do you think anything special about this at all? Do you think anything special about this at all? At all? Anything? Just a little? So, I'll give you a cool example. I'm here on Gottingen Street in Halifax, and there's these people walking up to me, and they're like, I can tell they're gonna bum me for a smoke, and I just didn't want nothing to do with that. And so, like, I had a half a cigarette left. I was like, just chuck that cigarette and go inside, avoid the whole situation. I was like, told myself, no, like, I'm not moving, fuck that. Even if they did bum a cigarette off me, it would be no big deal. They had some weird energy though, and I just didn't want to do the whole interaction, but I just waited out. And they sure as hell walked right past me, didn't even look at me at all. But, in that moment, I kind of almost let that face value fear, run my fucking life. And, that can prevent you from great opportunities in life. I love you so much.